I watched my channel Cloudbusted. So the UDR broke again, and Traxxas must not like me. I can't see why they wouldn't. We all know how I feel about Traxxas electronics. Looks like Traxxas parts to me. If you listen closely as I turn this, you can hear a popping in the differential. You hear that? Sounds just like a Traxxas after 2 runs. So let me set this up downrange. We'll take a blast at it. But anyway, here's what broke. So the first time I took this thing out for a run, it really couldn't even call it a run. It went about 10 feet and it just stopped and started making a weird noise. But it was no big deal. The electrical connections going to the ESC were just loose, and it's no big deal. I mean, like my low C SBR shipped with no bearing in the front diff, so that stuff happens. That I wasn't too worried about. So I fixed that, just crimped the connectors a little tighter, and then I took it out for another ride. The lower trailing arms broke, and I replaced them with these. These are just cheap $30 aluminum arms I got off Amazon. I actually like those the best because they really resemble the full-size ones. They look nice. They have multiple mounting options for the shocks and all that stuff, but the only problem, they didn't come with hardware, but that's no big deal. I had some screws kicking around from a Cloudbuster I used. So that's what broke on the second run. On the third run, this is kind of a weird problem I've never really run into. Something stripped in the differential. I don't know, I haven't pulled it apart yet, so I don't really know what. But on its third run, what happened was the wheel went flying off, so I thought maybe just the nut loosened up and popped off, which is common, that happens on any RC. So the wheel on the other side is the one that popped off, and this one stayed on, but these axle shafts right here were getting very hot. They were so hot, it was too hot to touch, even with my strong, durable hands. So if you take a look, I know it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but the inside of this wheel is actually melted. So I don't really know what went on in there, but either way, there's a lot of friction. Friction makes heat, and it was hot enough to melt this wheel. So I don't know if any of you ever had that problem, but I haven't taken it apart yet. I'm probably not gonna. Instead of fixing it, I don't really need another project. I have so many as it is. So I'm gonna give this thing to a good friend of mine, because now that I've built a track, or building a track behind my shop, I have a good friend of mine who doesn't have an RC and needs one. So I figured this would be perfect for him. He likes to work on stuff, so he can figure out what's going on with this. And I'll get back to fixing Cloudbusters, Little C's, and Armor. So take care, thanks for watching, like and subscribe. There you are.